to get something done.
Don't take long.
I already have what I need. I already have what I need. I already have what I need. I already have... I don't need to request any evidence right now. Let's see what this gets me. I have a request for you.
Yeah?
I'm looking for some evidence on a case from a couple of years back.
Well, aren't you in luck? We just moved archives from the past 3 years back here. Anything further back, it'll be a nightmare.
Hopefully it'll be around.
Do you have your evidence form?
Here you go.
All right, just 1 minute. There are more tapes, but this was all I could find.
Okay, thank you. Buddy?
Yo!
See you later.
Alligator!
Agent Reed, what are you doing? Stop messing with my equipment.
I was wondering if I could borrow your tape recorder.
No, you can't.
It'll only be a minute.
I said no.
The direct number for her office down here. I guess I better keep that in my cell phone now that Susie's gone. Buddy?
Yo!
I could use your help with Gallagher.
What do you want me to do?
You said your new hobby is to get on Gallagher's nerves. Can I see you in action?
That would make my day.
Wait 2 minutes and then meet me at the morgue.
Ah. Hello, Dr. Cadaver. Anything up?
Bowlby, what a surprise.
I was just thinking about you. My pet cockroach just died, and I wanted you to run an autopsy.
Oh, my lord.
Please, it's very important. I'm very sentimental about it.
Bowlby, you should go back to your hole upstairs before I make you part of my job.
I'm sure I could liven things up around here.
I'm past counting to 10.
That's awesome.
It would be awesome if you let me go back to my work.
All right, Gally. I'll get out of your hair.
All right, plugged in.
Thank you.
October 12th, 2008, recordings of case 342980, Sarah Goodman's death. Mr. Goodman, can you recall the events of the last time you saw your wife?
It was last Wednesday. I had to leave again for a business trip.
What do you do, Mr. Goodman?
I'm the vice president of a goods export company. My job involves a lot of travel.
Did your wife approve of your lifestyle?
No, Sarah was never happy about it, especially after we moved to Boston. We lived in a small town in California, but with the promotion, I had to move to the headquarters.
Did your wife have any friends or acquaintances?
No, Sarah was very lonely.
Was she depressed?
Where are you going with this?
Please answer the question.
Yes, Sarah was on antidepressants, but she would have never done this to herself.
Mr. Goodman, let's go back to that last meeting with her. Was your wife upset that night?
Our anniversary was last Wednesday. She was sad I was going to spend another one away, so we had dinner at our favorite restaurant. But I had to leave from there, so we walked to the closest train station. I looked at my cell phone when I was leaving, and I told her it was our time. Inside joke. I handed her a note. The note said...
Damn. What would I need to reenact that time? Sully?
Erica?
Sully, in the tape from the interrogations, Robert mentions a note.
Yeah, I heard that. I don't remember what it said, though. Maybe Davies would. She has a better memory.
Yeah, but she isn't around. Where is she?
It's a shame that the tape is damaged. Maybe you can ask Terrence to restore it for you.
With everything on his plate? Wouldn't be fast enough. Maybe I have another way. What would I need to reenact that time?
Excuse me?
Never mind. Just thinking out loud. I'm having a hard time with this. Maybe if I make him remember the date and time when he last saw his wife.
I don't know the time, but the recording said October the 12th. That was a Sunday. I was supposed to be at my mom's birthday that day, but I was stuck here.
That was your welcome to the life of an agent. So, if he said in the recordings that the last time he saw her was last Wednesday.
You know what you have to do.
Thank you, Jared.
Anything you...
I need to get closer. Robert, I want you to listen to this and tell me if it brings back any memories.
Mr. Goodman, let's go back to that last meeting with her. Was your wife upset that night?
Our anniversary was last Wednesday. She was sad I was going to spend another one away, so we had dinner at our favorite restaurant. But I had to leave from there, so we walked to the closest train station. I looked at my cell phone when I was leaving, and I told her it was our time. Inside joke. I handed her a note. The note said...
Any information you can give me from here?
The time. 9:30 p.m. It was something that Sarah always remembered from some date we had when we started going out. That was the time that night. Yes.
What about the note? What did the note say?
I don't remember. Don't you wish sometimes we could go back in time? I would have never left her that night.
What would I need to reenact that time? No, that's not right. No, that's not... Robert.
Oh, gosh.
Do you remember the name of the restaurant?
Yes!
Do you remember the...
No.
Can you remember...
The time. 9:30 p.m. It was something that Sarah always remembered from some date we had when we started going out. That was the time that night. Yes.
October 2008. This should help me figure out what I need. No, that's not right.
This is obviously a suicide. At least it'll pass as one. We don't have time to deal with this.
Don't you want to investigate further?
When you've been on the force as long as I have, you'll learn to pick the big cases from the ones that'll only suck up your resources and not go anywhere. We'll talk more outside.
Do you remember any other details?
Oh, Sarah was romantic. She liked nice dinners with candles and having a song that was just for us. That night I handed her a note. The note said, it was something from a song called The Taking from the Scarlet Furies. She told me several times that it was our song. So I wrote her something from those lyrics. I wish I'd paid attention to that stuff when it mattered.
No, that's not... What about the note? What did the...
I'm sorry.
I can't just tell it to him. He'd freak out. I have to find a more creative way of doing this. Robert, please stay here. I have to get something done.
Don't take long.
No, Davies does not want me taking her mug. No, Davies does not want me taking her mug. No, Davies does not want me taking her mug.
Red? Go get him, Red.
I need some money for it.
I'm not that hungry. Something lighter, maybe.
That won't work there.
This is obvious.
Don't you want to investigate further?
When you've been on the force as...
Do you remember...
Oh, Sarah was romantic.
I can't just tell it to him. He'd freak out. I have to find a more creative way of doing this. Robert, please stay here. I have to get something done.
Don't take long.
That's not the song I'm looking for. this is it. This is the song. The Taking by the Scarlet Furies. Sorry, I thought I had set this to vibrate.
That...
What about it?
that song. That's our song. Oh, the note I wrote her had a phrase from that song. And though the rest I'm bound to lose, the one thing I'll take with me is you. This is... strange.
It's a great song. And maybe it's a sign. I really do think I can help you, Robert. No, that's not right. What was that phrase you...
And though the rest I'm bound to lose, the one thing I'll take with me is you.
No, that's... No, that's not right. No, that's not right.
I remember now. I remember clearly. I took a picture of Sarah before we walked down to Copley Station. Sarah had that look on her face. I knew exactly what it was.
God, this station is dirty.
They need the janitor from our station. What's his name again?
Mr. Longmore. Anthony.
Anthony, yes. He's a nice man.
Yeah, he's one of the only friends I have.
You have to make an effort to like this city.
It feels like our life is a long string of goodbyes.
And hellos. Sarah, you know this is what I do for a living. Here, I wrote this for you. I could only find a napkin. I love you, Sarah.
Your train is here.
I'll be back before you know it. That was the last time I ever saw her alive. After I found her hanging in our apartment, my job. None of it made sense anymore. You have your name now. Am I free to go, Agent Reed?
Robert, I'm going to do my best to get to the bottom of this.
Oh, thank you. For Sarah's sake. You're a kind woman. I know it's none of my business, but you mentioned a brother who'd been murdered. Whatever happened to him, let it go. Don't end up where I did.
Great job. And you didn't even need me.
I'll go run a search on Longmore. Can you give Goodman a ride?
I'll try to get him to a shelter.
Have you seen any good memories lately? I have one for you. Search for Amy Lewis. I'm sure it'll ring a bell or two. Oh. Who the hell is sending me these?
And I'll write your name.